What up, guys? Jason Guyman here. Destination could not be start. What's up, everyone? Jason Guyman here, and we are seeing what's going on here. One place wasn't able to join. All right, so let's get started on this. We got a couple people in here, and tonight I want to hit on some things of why people fail. Why I had a conversation this week, actually today, and I want to hit on some of the reasons why some people pressure washings fail. I actually look at some statistics today, and it was showing that 20% of businesses will fail within the first year of business. And I believe that is probably low. I believe that is probably higher. And within 5 years, 50% of businesses will fail. And so I want to help you not fail, right? I want to help you be successful, and I want to help you keep growing your business so you can keep doing what you need to do so you can be successful. And so that's what I want to hit on tonight. I hope everyone is doing well. How's everybody tonight? If you're doing awesome, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And it also helps me out. And it is something that as we keep growing and as your business grows, it is something that we need to take in account. And so I will talk a little bit more about that. But before we do, let's see who we have in here first. I see we have Mr. Aces High, howdy from Dallas, Mr. John. We have Mr. Rick. What's up? How are you doing, sir? From New York, and he's all the way up at top of New York, Syracuse. We got Mr. Keep It Clean. How you doing, Edwin? A little pressure washing. What's up? How's everybody doing? What's up? Hope everyone is having a blessed day for sure. Is there any other kind? Well, for sure. Thumbs up. All right. So, how are you doing, Mr. Jeremy? So the book of the week, I do believe in. It's probably the book of the month. I do believe in, making sure that we are continually educating ourselves, whether that's watching YouTube live and taking action, whether that's reading a book, whatever that might be. And so this is the book that if you are wanting to hire people, if you are wanting to grow your business, if you want your business to hit 10 million, $100 million, this is the book I would tell you to read. And it is a good book. I'm on chapter 3 as we speak. And we're actually doing it in our mentorship. In our mentorship, we're doing 3 chapters. And this is the book that I would recommend. And it's called Elevate. It's by Tommy Mello. And it's been a very good book of talking about how to hire employees and the 5 pillars of what you need to make your business successful. And so it has been a really good book. I'd highly recommend you to read it or listen to it if you're like me. It is not too thick. It does have lots of words in it, though. So if you like lots of words, then you may want to listen to it. That's what I'm doing because I like to listen to stuff versus there. Before we get going too far, I'd like to know, I want to know what books that you have read that you have that's impact you, that you can say, hey, this is one thing that I read or a podcast that I've listened to, and it has helped me grow my business. I would be interested in seeing some of what your all's thoughts are on what you have either listened to or what you have read, and I'm just kind of interested in what you have. Yes, Mr. Home Service Millionaire. Hey man, I listen to you all your podcasts and plan on taking your courses. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so while I wait for you to write down what you have listened to that has helped change your business to better, let's get this boat on the road and let's get started here. Mr. Serve and Earn with Jay. With where's Nathan at? We need to go out and put out yard signs besides each other. We love some yard signs. Yard signs are awesome. The Wash Brother podcast is good. Even Eagles need a push. Anthony Robbins program. I've earned millions from. Nice. All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's talk about what are some things that we can do. So today, I had to go and actually last week I had a piece in my carpet at my rental house. I have a little rental house. That was one thing that I did when I was smart when I was in my 20s. I bought a little rental house of 20 of when I was 21 years old. It was a little 900 square foot house in a little neighborhood in Florence, and so from that I've rented it out for the last probably 15, 18 years. And so through this, I've had different people and trying to get different people, and to rather that to clean out the carpet. Usually it's the carpet. Usually I will clean it out and I will paint it all. And so this time I wasn't going to change the carpet because I didn't move the boxes in the middle of the floor to find a huge hole in the middle of the floor. And yes, that is a great book. I recommend that book 100%. $100 Million Leads is a great book. And so when I did this, it was about a dollar size. And so it was about the size of the timer there. It was a pretty good size hole in the carpet. And so I went down to Big Bob's and I bought the carpet. Well, they are like, for us to install it, it's $400. It's a minimum of $400. And I'm like, crap, I don't want to pay $400. So I already bought the carpet and I had to go and see if I could find someone that could install it. So DJ's like, I've got a buddy and he will take care of it and he can do it. Well, he wasn't what I wanted. He was like, it'll be like 3 weeks. I'm like, I need it next week. So we go and I message a couple people on Facebook, and I go to Craigslist, and nobody answers. Nobody returns anything back to me, right? Nobody. Until I got to Scott. Scott owns his own business of rugging, Rugging Incorporated, and he answered his phone. He was very nice. He was very polite. He answered all my questions. Originally he was going to get me in on Thursday, and then he's like, my schedule got moved around, and so he was like, I can come tomorrow if that's fine. All phone calls, all text. Anytime I text, he replied back to me. And so we go and I stay there and I watch him lay the carpet. I was one of those people that we hate to watch, as we watch as we go. But I like watching people work. It's, that's a craft that not everybody can do, carpet laying. So he goes and lays the carpet in there. And we get talking. He asked what I do and all that. And I told him I'm a YouTuber, teach people how to start and grow brush washing businesses. And, we got on why people fail. Why do businesses fail? And so, I had brought up about the phone calls, right? How many times I asked, I had called like 4 or 5 places to be able to get my stuff done. And so he was talking about, he's like, I will do everything I can to make sure that I get my phone answered, right? That is something that is, that we have to do, and that you have to do is answer the phone. So as we're talking and we get on to the part of pricing. And he's like, well, in this business, there's too many competitors. And I'm like, well, you're talking twice, because we already know, by Harvard did a study, that 80% of the 80% of the people that get a hold of them the first will close the job. So as long as you're the first one to they get a hold of you first, and you talk to them, there's an 80% chance that you will close the job. So this is why it's so freaking important that you answer your phone, right? I'm not just saying to answer your phone just to make you want to answer the phone. And when we answer the phone, we answer it not hello, right? And that's how everybody answered. Even Scott answered it that way, right? He answered it hello versus answering it more professionally. And so as we got talking about pricing, and all of that good stuff, I was like, and he's like, well, you can't get them prices. Well, here's the deal. I needed this done before this weekend. My renters are supposed to move in this weekend. We're supposed to give them the key this weekend. And I was like, oh crap. My wife was like, you were supposed to get that done a week ago. And, I probably was. And so I was in a hurry. I'm in a hurry. So now that raises my fee up even more for most people. But it didn't for him. So I asked, how much is it to lay this piece of carpet? I already knew in the back of my head that Big Bob's was going to charge me $400 and it wasn't going to get done till next week. And so through this pain, I was like, how much is it going to be? So I'm like, I'm willing to pay $300-400 if you get it done this week. But I didn't say nothing. I said, so how much is it going to be? And he's like, $125. And I'm like, $125? It's gonna take you an hour to do this job. It actually ended up taking an hour and a half to do this job. You have to drive to my house, you have to drive back, and you're gonna do it for $125. And so I was like, okay. So that was for me to tear it out. And I thought, well, I can tear it out. So then I'm like, well, he's only gonna charge $125 for to install it. Well, and so I text him. I'm like, well, how much to tear it out? And he's like, $155 total, $25 extra, $30 extra. I'm like, so you're gonna tear it out, and I don't have to do nothing, and you're gonna do all of this work that I can do this, but yet then you're gonna tell me you got competition. A lot of people, what holds you back is you. Everybody, how many people I see that they go and they call all their competitors. They want to call all their competitors. They call them all. You will, and if you've done this, put your hand up, put your thumbs up, give me something, say I did. And I'm going to call you out a little bit because everybody's done it. I did it myself. How many people went and called all your competitors and seen how much their prices was? And what you probably found out too is nobody answered their phone, nobody returned their phone call, and you didn't get 3 prices, right? You probably might have gotten 1 or 2 prices. And so out of here, how many have done that? I guarantee you there's been several that has done this. And so what we don't realize is we're going off of prices that those businesses are probably going out of business. We know that data tells us that 50% of the businesses will go out of, data tells us that 50% of businesses will go out of business within the first 5 years, right? Half of the businesses in 5 years will be gone. 20% will be gone in the first year. And so as we do this, that is why it is so important that we don't care what other people charge. And I hear it all the time. This is every time I go out, this is something I hear. I got one callback. Aaron at least said he did it, and he said I got one callback after 4 different providers, right? So you called 4 different providers and got one callback. But yet you're worried about that one person that called you back on his pricing. That's probably only reason why he called you back is because he isn't that busy and whatever and needs a job really bad. Aces High said, I've done it, but they all answered. Well, that's a shock. Did it today. I've called a few of the 130 in my town. And this is why we don't worry about what our competition is. If you're going to call your competitors, you want to know what they do good, right? What did they do good? Don't look at their price. That's one part of the sales process. One part of the sales process, right? You want to look at what did they do good and what can you do better? That's the question. What did they do good and what can you do better? And when you start looking at that, you will find out, with the carpet guy, he scheduled me for tomorrow. He scheduled me on Thursday. He got me in tomorrow or today. He texted me on his way, and I gave him a 5-star review. He thanked me on that 5-star review. I promoted him out on my Facebook page for anybody local, and he responded to the local people on my Facebook page of saying, "Hey, I need carpet," and he responded back to them. Right? How much more can I ask from a guy for communication? Communication is the number one thing that will set your business apart. It's not anything about the cleaning. It's not anything about the equipment. It's not anything about the chemicals. The number one thing that will set your business apart by miles, that nobody will be able to touch it, is communication. If you communicate with your customer and you let them know, hey, we're on our way. Hey, we got this here. Hey, this is this here. Hey, this is that. It will set you apart by so much. I was willing to pay $400 just so I could have it done this week versus next week. So he left $250 on the table, and I would have probably paid $450 just so that I would have probably paid $450 or $500 just so I would have had it done this week, right? And I guarantee you, nobody else has called me back, the people that I messaged or the people that I called. Not one person has called me back. So guess what? I would have still used that same dude at a higher cost. So another one, I had 2 people in the same week that I dealt with other people's stuff. And so the second one was we had to get it cleaned. And so I hate cleaning that house. That's one thing that I hate doing. I hate cleaning after other people of it. You know, I will paint it, but I hate cleaning up after myself. And so from there, I went and I found a person to do my house, to clean it. And so the last time I had to pay to do it, it cost me $400 to clean the house. It cost me $400 to do a really good. It took her about 4 hours scrubbing, cleaning the toilets, and it was way worse than it was this time. And so she did a good job and charged me $400. So this girl, she's a newer person. I can't say too much about her because she does watch my stuff. And if you do, just pay attention. I already kind of got on her a little bit. I was like, you need to raise your prices. And so she come over and she did a great job. She brought a helper, and I asked how much it was going to cost, and it was going to cost $185 to do to clean out the house. I'm like, 10-4, here you go. When can you do it? So she was able to get me in on the schedule on Saturday. She came over Saturday. She asked me if I wanted to do the oven and some windows, and I said, sure. I said, how much? She said, an extra $50. I said, go for it, right? So she was going to do this job for $225. $225. So I go, and I was like, and so I waited a while, and then I came back, and because I had to go Big Bob's and pay for carpet and do some other stuff. And she ended up being there for like 6 hours, 2 people, for $225. I felt bad. I had a $50 gift card that I gave her a gift card. I haven't given her a 5-star review yet. I'm going to. But I just want to hit on, don't be afraid. I don't care what business you're in. Don't be afraid to charge. You know what? If you answer your phone and you show up and you do what you say you're going to do, people will pay for it. People will pay for it a lot. People will 10x you all day long. And this is something that is so important. Everybody's worried about, what everybody else is charging. Who cares what everybody else is charging? If you're worried about what everybody else is charging, you will go out of business. You know how many rigs I've seen for sale? There's a bunch of them. Why? Because people don't know how to ask and people don't know how to charge. And you know what they do in hard times? They go cheaper, and you know what? The cheaper customer is not your customer. If you think the cheap customer is your customer, you are dead wrong. Because right now, the cheap customer can't pay for pressure washing, right? Cheap customers cannot pay for pressure washing. You have to go for the premium people. You have to go for the people that are willing to pay $1,000. That's where you have to go at. And you know what? You got to do some boots on the ground marketing. You're going to need to do all kinds of stuff to keep that phone ringing. And yes, your close rate isn't going to be as high. But here's the deal, guys. Think of it this way. Think of it this way. If your close rate right now, because you're cheap, is 50%, 60%, I'll even give you 70%. Your close rate is 70%, right? 70%. And your average ticket is probably going to be like $200 or $300. So I'm going to go easy math, right? Easy math. Jason likes easy math. So if you have 10 customers and you close at 75% at $200, that means you're going to close 7. I'll even give you the eight customers, eight customers, eight customers at $200. You're going to make $1,600, right? So what I would tell you is double, triple your prices and get your average ticket up to $600. Your close rate is going to go down to 30%. So you're only going to close 3 jobs at $500 or $600, because I said $600, because I said we're going to triple it. Your close rate's going to go at $600, and you're only going to close the 3 jobs, and you're going to make $1,800. You're going to make more money, and you're going to make more profit by being the high type price versus going after the $199 house washes, the $249 house washes. And so this is why it's important that we do this. You know, in one of the Facebook groups with Christmas lights, they were calling out the YouTube gurus. And I get some of those are gurus. But I've seen enough in business. I've helped a bunch of you grow your business. And so this is why I teach what I do. This is important that you understand this. That if you want to stay in business, you have to price your jobs to be successful. If you want to price your jobs to go out of business, that's fine. I seen one that someone bought a $28,000 trailer and won't spend zero money in marketing because they can't afford to spend money in marketing. And you know what? I would much rather you spend $25,000 in marketing and no money in equipment and do nothing with it, and you're going to be in the same boat. Literally, there was people out there, I know them all the time, I hear it, that they'll spend $25,000, $30,000, $35,000 on a brand new rig and spend zero money in marketing. And you know how much money you're going to make? You're going to make $0. That's just the way this world works. You've got to go out there and get your customers first, and then you can worry about your equipment. If you go out there and if you go out and buy brand new equipment, you are probably not going to make it. Very few of you will make it by going out there and buying an overpriced rig that doesn't do what you need it to do. Because first off, you're not going to be able to take care of it. You don't know what it needs. Things are going to break, and the next thing you're going to know is you're going to be out of business. I don't want you to go out of business. I want you to be successful. If you want to grow your business, give me the number that you want to hit this year. Tell me what you want to hit this year. If you want to keep growing your business, put a number down that you want to hit by the end of 2023. That's what I want you to do. And so now you can start working toward it. And so what my next question is after you put the number in there, tell me, what are you going to do to hit $100,000? What are you going to do so that you hit $100,000? This is something that you have to think about. So this is a great question. What's the best way to advertise for a beginner? Well, if you got a little bit of money, I would tell you yard signs. It's a simple, easy way to do it, and it doesn't cost you a thing. If you don't have yard signs, then what I would tell you to do is you don't have money, then you got to do the free stuff. You got to do Facebook groups. You got to do all of those things. Rick Moosey says he's going to hit 400,000. I know what he's going to do to hit it. Yard signs, because he's been killing it in yard signs. Yard signs are working very well for him. Facebook user wants to hit $5, so that should be pretty easy to hit. Good question. So this question here was from there. Okay, everybody else hit it there. Will I get a landscape job for the same job to cut some trees down, I charge them $8,700 and only takes me 8 hours. It is so true. This mentality of premium pricing works on everything. It's not just Christmas lights. It's not just pressure washing. People don't answer their phone. People cannot find people to work. And if you're willing to work and show up and do what you say you're going to do, people will pay you. It's pretty and cool how this stuff works. Tough 2023 for us in Massachusetts. Hope people aren't so worried about the economy next year. And I agree. I know it's been hard for some people, for sure. Read their bad reviews and use it. Your customers see that too, and then wow them 100%. All right. Rick Moosey said he wants to do 400,000 by the end of the year. Knock doors and continue to put out signs. That's a good thing to do, right? And talk to people. And don't just knock on residential. Don't be afraid to start working on it commercial and go do it. Yard signs. How many yard signs does it take to get there, right? Yard signs. Yard signs, Facebook groups, Google business profile. I love it. It's a lot about a lot of things, right? It's not just putting all your eggs in one basket. You can put all your eggs in one basket, but the basket will get a hole in it. And so that's why you want to, make sure that you don't put all your eggs in one basket, because that can be bad. Without commercial work, I'd be out of business. How are you doing, Jason? What chemicals will remove black walnut stains on concrete? Bleach. Bleach will. That's an organic staining. Tannin stains. It comes from organic, and so when you got to get rid of organic, you're going to use sodium hypochlorite, bleach, pool shock, whatever you want to call it, and it will clean that stuff right up. I'm going to have to get some made. I've heard they are good to do. If you want to go know where to get some made, you can go to moneybushes.com. Keep it simple. Pressure wash, big phone number. Don't put nothing else on them. Pressure wash, big phone number. That's what you put on them. Moneybushes.com is a great place to do that. Also, if you want to join King of Pressure Wash, every Monday night we have a coaching call. You can jump in, learn how to grow your business, and keep your business growing. I go over everything in the membership, has everything in it also, and it has its own Facebook group. And so I would tell you, check out kingofpressurewash.com. And then the other thing too is if you want the hands-on training, go check out KPW Train. This is a 2-day in-person class. You learn everything, how to start your business, how to market your business, hands-on how to pressure wash, how to clean. All of that good stuff is in that course. So it is definitely something that you may want to check out. I'm at 82,000 so far this year. With Christmas lights, I'm aiming for 150. I can believe I can hit higher. That would be awesome. Awesome. Any money. William B is $150,000. GMB, what's up, Chad? How are you doing? 600,000. Sorry for not sure why it's not showing my name. Nick Nutter. Mr. Nick came to Christmas light class last year. He's been in a lot of my trainings, and $600,000. I talked to him a couple weeks ago, and again, he's a cool dude. What do you think about knocking on doors of houses at front of neighborhoods for huge deals on lights so we can put a sign in the front yard? I think that is stupid. Just being honest. If you're going to give one away, you go to the mom groups and you go to the admins and you say, hey, I will do your house and I will do one person in your group for free. Or our will give them away, and they got to give your email and all of that kind of stuff. Or you can say, hey, mama, I will do your house for free as long as you mention my business 3 times or 4 times in the next 3 weeks. And I will give you a $3,000 house or a $3,000 Christmas light package if you will do that for me. You will get way more off of it than putting a house in the front of there. $250,000, 200 yard signs a week, $500 in AdWord a week, 50 unsolicited commercial quotes a week, GMB SEO. Now, I love this, right? This isn't, he's not putting his eggs in one basket. Who else is willing to put out 200 yard signs a week? 200 yard signs a week. That's a lot, right? But he doing very well, and that's how you do it right here. If you want to know how to get big numbers, this is what you got to do, right? First thing you got to do is you kind of got to know, what does it take to get to 100,000? All right. If I want to get to 1,000,000, what does it take me to get there? What's my average ticket? What's my average cost per job? Right? What are those numbers? And so how much does it cost to get me a customer? What is my average customer? Right? If I know my average customer is $1,000 and I want to get to 100,000, then it costs me $20 for every customer, then I can just do the math and figure it out from there. Actually, it would be better of, if I'm, my average ticket's $1,000 and I want to do 100,000 of them, right? And I pay 10% in marketing, so I'm going to spend $1,000, $100 for every customer I get. It's going to cost me $10,000 to get to my $100,000. What am I going to spend on $10,000 that's going to get me there? If I want to go to 1,000,000, I'm going to spend $100,000 to get me to 1,000,000. Right? I'm going to spend me anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 to get me to $1,000,000. And I know that sounds crazy, and that sounds like, oh my God, there ain't no way I would spend that much money in marketing. My last year in business, we spent right at like $70,000 in marketing. It was $75,000 for us to hit the $1,000,000. And so that's kind of what you have to do to get there. It's just what you have to do. I have 400 gutter cleaning signs and 200 Christmas light signs coming next week. Hot bleach for the walnut stains. Pump up sprayer if needed. Yeah. I haven't done yard signs yet as a new business owner. Concept, concerned about being stolen, taken out within 2 days, and they don't appear to be cheap. They're $3.50 a piece. They're super cheap. You go put them out, and yes, they're going to get pulled, and you go put them out again, and yes, they're going to get pulled, and yes, you go put them out again. Because here's the thing: if your average ticket is $300, which I hopefully you can get it higher than that, the whole box of signs, if you get one job off the whole box of sign, it pays for it. And that's not counting the 5-star Google review you got from it, from the referrals that you got from it, the return customers. All of that goes into effect when we're dealing with signs. Where can I buy the goat? You can go to my Amazon store, but I'd rather tell you just go to the Goat Assist. Look up the Goat Assist. It's the cheapest on there. Do you have Christmas light coaching? I don't have one-on-one coaching with it. I do the coaching calls on Monday nights. And so that's where I do it in group. If you want one-on-one, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. That's the game you play, Chad. You get yard signs, $3 a piece. One call can pay for them all. If they get pulled, move on and put another down in rotation. Yep, that's why I always tell people to put them in, do them in like an area, right? So on this week we're putting them on the north side of town. On this week we're putting them on the east side of town. On this week we're putting them on the south side of town. On the next one we're putting them on the east side of town, and then we're just doing it. And yes, they're like $3.50 with shipping and the stands, the whole 9 yards. Thanks. I'll get some and put some out. That's a good question. How many signs have you all put out this year, since we're talking about it? Jason, wear your red hoodie. Wear your red hoodie. I don't have it yet. I did order one. I don't have it yet. But I will be. My old red hoodie. I got a new one coming. They're supposed to be coming. Supposed to be coming next week. Um, I got some shirts coming from a different place, and his quality wasn't there, so they sent them back. The material was messed up, so he sent them. So they had to wait for get me some. Oh, and here's the thing too. If you would like one of these awesome Christmas light shirts, they're pretty awesome. I think they're awesome. If you would like one of these Christmas light shirts, right here, Christmas light shirts. If you'd like a Christmas light shirt, and it says christmaslights.io on the back. If you come to KPW Train, you'll get, and you do the Christmas light training, you will get one. Or you can go to christmaslights.io. But KPW Train will be where the dates are of it. KPW Train, and that is where you can get a shirt for Christmas. I got enough. I think I got enough for everybody. His red Reebok hoodie doesn't fit. It's probably going to be a little bit bigger this year. Yeah, your old red should be hoodie rather you where you're out. Yeah, so I am. It's starting to get cold. Today I only got up to 75 degrees. I don't know what that's all about. I don't like it cold. I like it warm. Um, I hate cold weather. So tell me what has um Xmas light signs. I have 1,000 that I will have to put out. About 200 in the past 3 weeks. I put out 1,500 pressure washing signs. Wow, that's a lot. Last 6 months, that is. Where are you from in Central Florida? Where are you from, Central Florida? Can you downstream hot enough to soft wash? No. Or do you need a 12 volt? How about two downstreamers? No, it won't work with two downstreamers. It only works with one. And so to soft wash for roofs, you're going to have to 12 volt it or pump up sprayer it or whatever you may need to do. And that's how you will have to do it. If you are only got one or two roofs, you can pump up sprayer. I got a guy in New York, and he still pump up sprayers every one of them. It takes a little bit longer. Doesn't cost him anything, but $10-$20 for a pump up sprayer, and that's what he does. He's making 200,000 this year, and did like 160,000 last year, with a 2.7 pressure washer and a pump up sprayer. This year he upgraded to a 4 gallon a minute pressure washer, and he's got the pump up sprayer. He does have the 12 volt, but he hasn't had time to put it together, so that's where he's at. So don't have excuses, right? We don't want no stinking excuses. The other thing too, if you want to know when I go live, you can text King to 859-696-1101. Last 6 months, I have put out 700 power washing signs. And how much money has that made you, Rick? I want to be curious of where you're at right now. What service would you recommend advertising on yard signs for this year for New England? I know he says keep it simple, gutter cleaning. I would probably do gutter cleaning. Gutter cleaning will get you business because you're probably getting cold up in that area, and your leaves will be changing here. I would either be putting gutter cleaning on it or I would be putting Christmas lights on it. Those would be the two that I would be putting on right now. I wouldn't be putting out pressure washing at this point because you probably do not have much time left to be doing pressure washing. Your leaves, my leaves are starting to change right now a little bit, and starting to fall. So I would look at gutter cleaning, and then that's all I would put on it. Gutter cleaning and a big old phone number. How about a house? I don't know. Spring Hill, about an hour north of Tampa. I used the energy justice map to place them in high income areas. Nice. What's the basic supply for Christmas lights? What's the basic supply for Christmas lights? If you go to christmaslights.com or .io/lights, there we have some starter packages. and then just click starter packages, and that's where it comes with all the clips, all the wire, all the bulbs, all the males, all the females, and electrical cord and a timer. Enough you can do one for one house. It's like $189 with free shipping. If you do one, it's 100 feet. If you want to do 500 or 1,000, it goes up from there. So it gives you everything you need from there. I've done the rubber roof with a pump up. Can I downstream a stone house? Probably not. Maybe, depending on how dirty it is. The problem with stone is it's so coarse. A lot of that stuff gets down in there deep, and it won't usually come off with that. So Mr. Richards at $232,000 as we speak. He's in New York, so he doesn't get started early, and he did that mostly with yard signs. He loves technology, and he just cussed me as I'd said that. I can almost downstream anything but a roof in my area. I did stucco the other day to try it, and it worked. 12 volt is going to get jealous. Yeah, but you don't have much stucco in Kentucky. Leaf cleanup. I probably wouldn't do that unless you want to do the leaves on the ground. So even though gutter cleaning is a lower return, would you run yard signs for them? Absolutely. And why is it a lower return? That's my next question. Because if you think you can only charge $100, you need to raise your prices. Again, I know if I know that I know that Mr. Rick does gutter cleaning, and he used to only charge $100, and now he's raised his prices. And guess what? This guy right here, he's at $200, $250, $300 for a regular gutter cleaning. And you might say nobody will pay that. They will pay it. They will pay it. If you believe it and you tell them why it's important, they will pay it. Taking off tomorrow, guys, reward yourself sometimes. Yes. Jason, I'm not a power washer. I own many properties, and most guys fail to answer the phone, nor do they educate me on the process. You're right. Pick up the phone and act professional. Listen to Jason. And it's true, man. Um, I would love to have you on my live so we can talk about what you need to do to be professional at properties if you would want to come on. This is something that is so important, right? Educate the customer, tell them what you're going to do. And this is why so many people don't do this. The guy that I was talking to today, Scott, was telling me how he got like a $200,000 client because the hospital had called like 5 other or 6 other people, and 0 people called him back, right? And this happens over and over and over. If you do what you say you're going to do, and then you come in and you make the property manager's life easy, that's what it's all about. And don't write an email that's 10 pages long for him to read, right? Because property managers are very busy. Do it to the point, 2-3 sentence, maybe a paragraph, and that's it. Don't be putting a bunch of pictures because that's going to make it go to spam. And don't be putting a bunch of links. That's going to make it go to spam, right? Keep it simple. Go knock on doors. Go flip rocks. It works. How you doing, Mr. George? 300 plus. They do pay it for gutter cleaning. $300 plus for gutter cleaning, and people will pay it. It's amazing. It's crazy. I know. Gutter cleaning would be good low barrier for opportunities of upsell. No. It is a good way to get in to upsell other stuff. Absolutely is. For upselling pressure washing, you're probably not going to upsell Christmas lights. Do you notice a difference in height from 5-gallon, 7-volt to no? You will know very little difference. Being sick sucks. Yes, it does. But I'm still putting out yard signs. Not as many though. I've gotten dozens of jobs this year because I was the only company that answered the phone. It's amazing. Gutter cleaning, guys, my ladder doesn't come out unless I less than $150 miss me. And that's I would be 200 is would be my minimum. 199 would be my minimum to get the ladder out. Offer jetting underground drains, gutter sticks, roof clean off. Gutter cleaning is a high profit margin on the revenue. Gutter cleaning signs would be better to get than house wash. Yes, I'm looking to order this week. Yes, I would get. You will probably make way more money off of gutter cleaning if you're willing to do gutter cleaning than you will off of house wash. Being that we're at the end of September, unless you're in Florida. If you're in Florida, then it's a different story. Jason said, answer the phone. It's so true. Just lost a 13 building job by bidding it slightly too low, trying to get in the door and get all their work. They acted like they loved the estimate, called me back after the board meeting. Just because you're the cheapest doesn't mean they want you. Thank you for another live, brother. I'm about to back to washing these gas stations. Anyone here having any luck with local service ads? Then ghosted me. Think they needed a bigger expensive tax write-off. You know, talking about that, I know that Ryan Lee was talking about that he wanted to get this for, they wanted it for do landscape lighting for a commercial company that then they went and resold it. And the reason why they didn't want him is because he was too cheap. Because they could only mark it up so much and then they made the profit off of him. So by him being cheap, that dude didn't make as much money. He wanted it to be expensive, so he made more money. So you got to think about sometimes why being the cheap guy isn't always the best, isn't always the winner. And I know that sounds crazy. Do you ever feel guilty? Do you know when you take the ladder out and you go up and a golf ball is up there? Nope, I don't feel guilty at all. Because that golf ball can cause them hundreds of thousands of dollars if that gutter overflows and pours into their basement, and their finished basement is completely ruined, and now they've got $100,000 in redo. So that dollar ball makes I don't feel bad at all at it. You know, I had to climb the ladder. I had to go up and check it. I had to check all the other ones to make sure, and so it does not bother me one bit. What do you recommend to need to gutter cleaning efficiency? I would get um, a ladder. Obviously, makes it a lot efficient, and then they sell a gutter scoop thing. I've got a video on here. I don't know how fast I can find it here. If I can find it for you, I'll put it up here. But they sell a look, it's got a hook, and then you can put it on a pole, and then that way you can pull everything 3 4, you can get a 6 8 10 foot pole and pull everything this way, pull everything this way, and then that way you don't have to climb to move the ladder as much. Most gutter cleaning, you're going up the downspout, and 9 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, you can clean everything from the downspout, and you don't ever have to move the spout again. So that's what I would tell you to do, is to do that. Um, let's see if I can find this video here. What other questions we got here? Is gutter washing year round? I'm in Pennsylvania with cold winters. You're probably not going to be doing much gutter cleaning in December. When it's frozen, you're not doing any gutter cleaning. If you are, you have to be very careful, because if you take a screwdriver through trying to break ice, you might take it all the way through, and then you get to replace the gutter. You know how I know that? Because I did it and it sucked. But I learned that you don't do that, otherwise, you will have issues and issues that you don't want, right? Um, so that's why you got to be careful doing that. Let's see. This video was a while ago. What's my next question? Another thing you can do too is another upsell is gutter guards. Gutter guards, I know some people hate them. I hate them, but it is something that you can do. And gutter guards, I know people that sell them anywhere. You sell them at $10 a foot. I know people that sell them at $20 a foot, $18 a foot. And so gutter guards can definitely be something to think about to sell of to sell it. Gutter guards work really well. If I can find my gutter cleaning tool, should be coming up. I got too many videos. Um, hey Barry, how high do you have your LSA set, George? Try turning them up, and they don't spend it anyway. Yeah, if you don't have your Google Ads set or Google LSA, turn them up to like um, $5,000 a week. You won't spend that much, but it will get you a lot. So turn them up to about 5,000 a week, and that will help you get a lot more. Um, 5,000 a week, and then you may have to set them to. Um, did I just? You may have to set them to set up the price a little bit higher. See if this is gonna work. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it or not. My computer ain't working worth a hoot. But yeah, leaf blower. You can use a leaf blower. Is it messy but gets on the roof and then blow it out? Yeah. Tucker sells the tool. Yep. Um, I tried hot water on frozen gutters. Didn't work. uh, yeah, that kind of goes back to the same thing of what I was saying. Um, it don't work very good. Gutter cleaning tool, Jason Guyman. Do you recommend Google certified? I'm assuming you're talking about Google local service ads. And yes, I do recommend those. Those work great. Great, great, great. Work awesome. All right. Let's see if I can get this to share. I found it. Let's see if I can share it for you. I'll share. Copy. Thanks for doing this. Where can I find your course and program? So if you want to learn about Christmas pressure washing, you can go to kingofpressurewash.com. And I have a Zoom call every week that teaches about how to grow and do your success. I have all the courses in there, and I have my new course on Christmas lights, and you can go check that out at christmaslights.io. You can buy lights there. You can do the in-person training if you want to do the in-person training. I have in-person training coming up at KPW Training or kpwtrain.com. It's going to be October 13th and 14th, 15th, and it is definitely something that you would want to not miss. What's the next expo in Tennessee or Texas? I have no idea. I was out there. I haven't heard back yet. Thanks for going this. Where can I find the courses? Um, let's see. Thank you for the super chat. That's awesome. I appreciate it. But other than that, we're at the almost at the hour, and I don't see no more questions. Again, if you want to know when I go live every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock and every Sunday night at 9 o'clock. And then I also go live on Wednesday night at 4 o'clock on my Christmas light channel. And I've been putting a lot more information out on my Christmas light channel. I'll probably put some more information on this channel. Right now, I've been doing a lot of filming for my in person or my or Christmas light channel. So that way, all the marketing and all of that good stuff. But if you text King King to 859-696-1101, I will I will text you when I go live on Sunday and Wednesday night. I agree, Sterling. How about did I even trimming bushes and snowbirds? But other than that, I hope, yeah, Google Guarantee, I would recommend that a lot. It works very well. It definitely does well for you. Thank you for your help. My chem injector, it was pretty simple. Spring ball O-ring. Other than that, I hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you all later. Peace out.